Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Yahushua, who hath blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Yahushua, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved.
See, this is what we're hoping for. This is part of our hope. Not only that we are members of the elect, we're fruits meet for repentance, like John the Baptist said, but from our lowest state, because we've been brought low, even though we have this knowledge, we have this truth. Remember what it said in Revelation. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Why are we rich? Because we're rich in faith. We have this knowledge. So our hope is at our last end, we're going to be increased. Okay? And if you ask me, the greatest riches right now is to be delivered by Yahushua, is to get that new body that the Apostle Paul spoke about in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, to get that, get that new body where we'll never be sick, we'll be immortals, like it said in 1 Corinthians 15, to be delivered from the coming destruction, and to be a part of Yahushua's cabinet in the next kingdom. Okay? Those are the real riches right now. That's what we want to get. Because if you get that, you got everything. I mean, you got everything. Okay? So our sights are set a lot higher than this present world. All right? As it is written, the fashion of this world shall pass away. We are individuals of vision. And the scripture said where an individual lacks vision, he perishes. Okay? So we can see the future. All right? And we hope that we're going to be part of it, beginning with the elect.
For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh Bashim Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scripture through faith in Yahweh Bashim Shah. All right, and what we're going to get into, is another update. World War III. There's a lot going on. So as the spirit, require, we're going to get into these things. All right, as things are unfolding, with the latest happenings, what's going on. All right, in the region, known as the Middle East. All right, Western Asia. Okay, dealing with those small hats. As prophecy said, the least of the flock, will draw them out. And you can tell that the Lord has their spirit on them to these small hats are going to agitate. They're going to keep provoking and agitating, their region, until this all-out war. And we're watching the build up to it. Okay. And I want to go into some things, man, because I'm going to say this, from the jump. All right. The IDF, all right, the Israeli Defense Force is trash. Okay. They're highly overrated. Okay. And a lot of Western media gasses them up. All right. Like they're just over there dominating, which, yeah, they are, killing a lot of people, but it's mostly civilians. Okay. And the things that they're doing and that they're gassing up on Western media has nothing to do with what you call the battlefield outcome. All right. You know, the brother on the line now, the brother Nah, all right, which you know, certain brothers have, you know, military backgrounds, and you know, they can tell when things are gimmicks and when things are real strategic. You know, so brother, if you got any comments, you know, that you wanted to add, you know, as far as on the chat, you know, feel free to add comments as we go through, you know, this live stream, okay? Because there's a lot of people doesn't understand, okay, the, you know, the strategy that goes into war, you know, certain war terminology, okay, you know, what it means, you know, to, you know, because air strikes, they look cute for the camera, you know, when you do these air strikes, when you take it, and it, the IDF is one dimensional, and even with the air strikes, they're still not affecting the battlefield outcome. Okay, now it looks cute on camera to say, you know, it sounds good on camera to say, okay, you struck 1,100 targets, but what did it? What did those 1,100 targets? How does that affect the battlefield? Because they strike 1,100 targets in one day, and Hezbollah still do rocket attacks the next day. Okay, they'll kill all these leaders of Iran and Hezbollah, and Iran still has the capacity to lay Israel flat any given day. Okay, this is what we got to understand. Iran built this military to go against America. When America was in Afghanistan, Iran began to prep their military to fight, okay, against America. Because you go into, all right, you know, this agenda, okay, of America, it was to take down certain Middle Eastern nations. Okay, what you had Iraq, Syria, uh, Kuwait, you know, I think it was two more. It was seven, but Iran was on the list. Okay, so Iran, when you look at how their military is built, it's built, okay, for back and forth with America in their region. The IDF can't go back and forth, okay, with Iran. Yes, does the IDF have nuclear missiles? Okay, yes, they have nuclear missiles. You see, but conventional war, they can't go back and forth with Iran conventionally. Do IDF have the most high tech equipment? Yes. Okay, but their personnel is absolutely trash, and we're going to show you. The IDF personnel is absolutely trash, man. Okay, it's a bunch of reservists, all right, and it's a bunch of little dweeb, all right, Amalekite, all right, men that aren't built for anything, man. Okay, so we're going to go into these things, you know, because at the end of the day, like I say the IDF, they got the best equipment. All right, they got all this technology, but they have trash strategy, man. And Iran has shown that they can get past all the little cute technology that the IDF got. Okay, and then the IDF, if they send a nuke over there, you don't know what's coming out of Iran. Okay, Russia, and especially as things been playing out and things are happening just as we need them to happen, man. Everything that's happening is lining up perfectly with scriptures. Okay, so if a brother could, you know, post that in Isaiah 21:2. Let's get Isaiah 21:2. Okay, and we'll start there. Okay, because as we see things unfold, let's get a few precepts up there. All right, let's get on Isaiah 13 and 17. Yeah, Isaiah chapter 13, verses 17 through 19. And let's see. I got a few videos I want to get into. All right, so I want to play this first. Um, so today, this is supposed to be the latest. You know, this been confirmed by a few sources. All right, that these small hats in America, you know, have attacked. all right, Russian air base in Syria. Okay, which this is great, because Ezekiel 38 says that what the Lord put an evil thought in the mind of God, which is Russia. So what these small hats are doing, okay, the Lord has them playing their role to eventually, all right, God is going to think an evil thought, okay, against these small hats, man, and come to the land of unwalled village, because if they can't stop Iranian missiles, okay, they definitely can't stop those Russian missiles, man. Okay, so this is perfect. The small hats poking the bear. This is perfect, So let's play this, which I think is just a a visual. Okay. And let's post that too in Ezekiel 38, verses 10 and 11. Let's get that up there. So yeah, it's supposedly airstrikes and 30 missiles from naval ships. Okay, they supposedly attacked. Okay, a Russian air base in Syria. Okay, and this is a turn of events, and it's a turn of events in our favor, brother. Get Romans 8 and 28. Okay, so this is great news. Israel, these small hats are doing exactly what's needed to be done for prophecy to be fulfilled. And this thing is coming together beautifully, man. You know, everything is happening exactly how it needs to. Iran is responding exactly how they need to respond. Hezbollah is doing exactly what they need to do. Everybody is right on cue. All right, everybody's right on point. Okay, but there's something interesting when I was looking at this too. All right, I'll stop and try to catch it. Y'all see that? The Israeli bombardment reportedly started at 3:55 a.m. and ended at 4:41 a.m. and ended at 4:41 a.m. Okay, so everything that's happening is working in our favor, man. You see, and that's the main thing that stuck out. All right, when I seen this, I said, "Here we go." Okay, so if a brother can post it, Romans 8 and 28, and we'll get that. I say, and also that Isaiah 21 and 2. All right. So yeah, man. The bombardment started at 3:55 and ended at 4:41 a.m., man. Okay. Well, lets us know that these things work in our favor, man. All right. The Lord is causing these nations to go against each other, all right, for the sake of the elect. You see, because that 144 represents this new government, man. Okay, that eternal righteous government under Yahweh Shai. Or hey, the elect gonna win. And eventually all Israel are gonna win under the government of the 144, man. Okay? It's Romans 8 and 28. It says, and we know that all things work together for the good of them that love the Most High, to them who are called according to his purpose. Okay? If a brother can get that in Isaiah 32 and 1 as well. And we know, it's Romans 8 and 28, and we know that all things, okay, everything worked for us, man. The port strikes, all right, these small hats, all right, over there cutting up, provoking, okay, provoking this war, dragging these nations into war. You see, the MOTB being implemented, all these things work for our favor, man. 2/3, all right, these Christians, scoffing, everything works for our favor, the elect, man. We win. If we endure, we win. You see? So going into it, says Romans 8:28, and says, and we know that all things work together for the good to them that love the Most High, to them who are called according to His purpose, man. Okay, and that 144 represents, all right, the eternal government of Israel under Yahushua, man. Okay, and this the government that's coming to the earth, man. Well, brother can get that in Second Ezra 6 and 9. Get to the point. Okay, because this war is going to be the transfer of power, the transfer of governments from Esau, Edom, unto Jacob. Isaiah 21:2, this is brother house of faith. It says, a grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealer treacherously, and the spoiler. Go up, O Elam, besiege. All right, and the dealer that dealer treacherously, and the spoiler is America. Okay, and America little sidekick. Okay, is these small hats, man. You see, and they've been dealing treacherously, man. This duo of America and these small hats have been dealing treacherously in the earth and been spoiling, man. Okay? And what is it doing? It's stirring up two empires, man. All right? Go up, O Elam, which is Iran. Besiege, O Media, which is Russia. All the sign thereof have I made to cease. Yeah, so their spirit of just complaining to the EU and trying to be diplomatic, okay, with these small hats. Nah, man, they just finna get active with these small hats, man. Okay, and I'm gonna let this play. I'm gonna turn it down because it's the main thing I wanted to show when it showed that 144. So there's stories, the information is still coming out, but the latest we know, all right, supposedly these small hats and with the help of America have struck Russian, all right, air bases in Syria. Okay. Because they're terrified of those S-400s. Okay. They're those missile defense systems, man. All right. So let's get this. All right, it's the brother Yahweh, the hopeful elect 3, 2 Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, so we're seeing a transfer of governments, man. All right, and Esau, Edom is finna lose, man. Okay, and the east and the least of the flock. Okay, these goddamn small hats, all right, are going to be the cowards that get this thing jumped off, man. Okay, it says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. 144. Okay, the government that's going to follow this government, man. Okay, and that's going to be a forever government. All right, so everything that we see, all right, let's see, and those three, they haven't confirmed. Let's go here. Yep. So this is the brother hopeful elect 3, Ezekiel 38:10. It said, thus said the Lord power, it shall also come to pass at the same time, shall these things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, man. So these small heads getting directly at Russia, okay, doing these little provocation, these little gimmicks, now they're moving their gimmicks towards Russia. Okay, this is just forwarding this prophecy, man. This is perfect. This is exactly what we need, man. The plan is working perfect. Okay, the strategy, the counsel of the Lord, which is prophecy, is working out absolutely perfect. It's doing exactly what we needed to do, man. Okay, this is right on time. And it's still a process. The end is not yet, but everything is falling in place. What we need to happen, man. Okay, for that victory, man. Okay, so Russia is going to start having that evil eye towards them small hats, man. Which it was already there, but now we're seeing it intensify, man. Okay, Ezekiel 38:11 says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor Gates, man. Okay, because these small hats are completely helpless. Okay, against Iranian and Russian missile strikes, man. And we've just been seeing light work, man. Don't wait. When Iran come, they gonna come. When Russia come, they gonna come. Okay? They gonna light that bitch up, man. Okay? The IDF is gas, man. All right? They a one-trick pony with them air strikes that really don't do nothing, man. They just look cute for the news, for Western media, man. Okay? And when the IDF, they're not the only nukes on Earth. So that's not an advantage. All right. Okay. It's gonna be a lot of surprises. All right, when this war actually jumps off, man. You see? So let's get some videos, man. I got some few things I want to get into, man. You know, we get excited, man. We should be excited, brothers. We should be excited about this prophecy, man. All right. So let's go here. Since we spoke about the land of unwild villages, okay. Let's go here to my guy, Scott Ritter. Yeah, he's on redacted. So let's let a little bit of this play, and we'll touch on it. All right. Yeah, man, we should be lit. These people done. You see? Hey, Esau Edom, he's at the end of his rulership, man. Okay, and everything that he's doing to try to remain in power, he's only fulfilling the Lord's will, and it's removing him from power, man. Okay, so let's play this.
For your eyes, just turn on CNN or Fox News. Heck, watch the debate last night to see how this CBS News framed what's about to happen. And this propaganda machine is working overtime right now. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is preparing for all-out war with Iran. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan just admitted the truth on national television. Watch.
This morning, the president said there would be severe consequences if Iran carried out this attack. What are those consequences, and are they more severe than sanctions?
Totally legitimate question, and that answer will come based on the conversations and consultations we have with our Israeli counterparts. It's too soon for me to stand before you today and give you an answer. What I can tell you is this. We are proud of the actions that we've taken alongside Israel to protect and defend Israel. We have made clear that there will be consequences, severe consequences for this attack, and we will work with Israel to make that the case. Thank you very much.
Well, that didn't sit too well with members.
I want you to pay attention to the verbiage, because they keep saying, we're going to continue to defend Israel. Biden is repeating the same thing. And when they say we're going to continue to defend Israel, they're really letting, Iran know, like, look, we're going to defend these niggas, but we really ain't trying to go there. Okay? And that's another thing. The ball in the small hat's court now. Everybody put all this pressure on Iran. What Iran going to do next? What they going to do next? What Iran going to, what these small hats going to do? They the bully. Why they ain't took their ass to run? Okay? Yeah, they do these little James Bond, little bullshit assassinations, blowing up goddamn phones. When they gonna go to? They know where them folks at. So when somebody gonna say, well, when the hell did these tough ass bullies? When they gonna take their ass to run? It ain't like they don't know where they at. Everybody. Well, Iran. Well, goddamn. IDF the bullies. Why they won't take their to run? Why they won't do an airstrike in Tehran? What they finna do? They finna do one of them weak ass drone strikes, and then CNN gonna blow it up. Okay, like they just destroyed all the cities in Iran. They gonna hype it up. They gonna gas it up, and the small heads gonna go back to killing civilians, man. Okay, everybody put this pressure on Iran, but goddamn. When the hell is it gonna be pressure on the small hats to take their ass to run? Since they these tough guys over there, man. Okay? Overrated. All right? The IDF is overrated. So let's let this play some more.
Members of Congress, Congressman Thomas Massey just tweeted this moments ago. Work with Israel? Excuse me? The Constitution requires you work with Congress. Well, don't let the Constitution get in the way of your war right now. I mean, you see.
Stop letting them increase your rates. I used to let them raise my car insurance every year until I found this huge loophole that
all the major networks, the propaganda machine went into overdrive yesterday, whether you were watching CNN or Fox News, they're all on the same page. And the Biden administration seems to be on the same page. Is that where we're headed?
Well, I actually think they're trying to manufacture the peace. You see, they can't be honest about what happened. What happened is that Iran, hit Israel with an unprecedented level of precision violence. Israel has never been struck in this manner in its history. No nation has. No nation has absorbed 180 plus modern ballistic missiles impacting on its soil with great precision. I think, that fact right there, there's a reason why Benjamin Netanyahu's voice was shaky and his hands were shaking when he was issuing his response in the aftermath of the strike, because he knows the truth, that Iran can reach out and touch any place in Israel anytime it wants with as much violence as it wants to put on it. Iran this time struck purely military targets, and they were struck in a way not to kill people, but to send the signal of destruction. And that signal was sent. Ask any Israeli soldier that watched those Iranian missiles come in unimpeded, impacting on the most sensitive military sites in Israel. They know what the truth is. Everybody knows what the truth is. But you see, if you acknowledge that, if you acknowledge the fact that Israeli emperor has no clothes when it comes to self-defense, this creates an extremely destabilizing new reality in the Middle East, one that could prompt an escalation as Israel seeks to restore some sort of deterrence posture, a viable deterrence posture. And this might mean relying on its nuclear weapons capability. That's the last thing the United States wants. So the first thing that came out, it happened immediately. This attack was a failure. Well, I mean, you can't hide the what we saw take place. It's not a failure, but it's spun as a failure. That the missile defense.
Let me play this for you, because this was during the debate last night. And almost immediately, we were right after this was happening, and on our show yesterday, we were highlighting all of the responses from the Biden administration, the Fox News responses. They were all saying, this was a miserable failure. It just goes to show you the strength of the United States in its support of Israel, Israel's Arrow system, its Iron Dome system, that it shot down these missiles and ballistic missiles. And then during the debate last night, here was Margaret Brennan.
All gas, okay? All gas overrated. We just seen with our own eyes. I seen 2 missiles get intercepted and 40 go past, man. Okay? And that's that's a tiny strike package that Iran has in their arsenal. That's a micro strike package to what Iran has in his arsenal, man. It's gonna come in due season, man. One thing I'm learning, just in my individual walk, in due season. Everything gonna happen in due season, man. Okay, and it's gonna come a time, all right, when they gonna blot out the sky, all right, with them missiles going towards them small hats, man. Okay, and it ain't gonna be nothing to talk about. You see, there's gonna come a time when them skies gonna get blotted out, and there ain't gonna be no analysis. It's just gonna be over. Okay.
And in her very first question, just making a statement that's a total lie. Watch this.
Thank you, Nora. Earlier today, Iran launched its largest attack yet on Israel, but that attack failed, thanks to joint U.S. and Israeli defensive action.
So she comes right out and says it was a failure, thanks to the United
And hold on. There we go. And I'm gonna say this, man. Don't be getting the news from no goddamn Edomite woman reading a teleprompter. Okay, fresh, fresh off, a Dunkin' Donut. She don't know what the hell going on, man. Okay, she reading a teleprompter. That teleprompter go blank, she go blank. She don't know what's going on, man. Okay, she just repeats, she just echoing what all these other Western media are told to echo, man. Okay, they don't know what's going on, man.
United States and joint Israeli response. I mean, what is she? This is, I mean, to me, it was pure propaganda.
Hey everyone, my name is Jeff. I'm with Rolling Video Games of Southwest Florida. I just want to tell you about my.
Well, I mean, we've long known that the mainstream media doesn't serve a journalistic function. They serve as stenographers for the government. And she was simply putting out the message of the U.S. government, of the Israeli government. Let's remember, we knew this attack was coming. No, Iran didn't pick up the phone and call us, but the Iranians aren't stupid. They're actually some of the smartest people in the world today. They made sure that their missiles were observable by American reconnaissance, so that
when he says that those missiles was observable by American reconnaissance, they know that American satellites and Israeli satellites, especially American satellites, are looking at them at all time. Okay, so they made sure that American satellites seen them loading them launchers. That was their only warning. Last time, the Iran, informed the American government that they was finna strike. This time, they just allowed them to see them load the launchers from their satellites. All right. Next time, they just gonna get hit. Okay. Iran walking these folks down. Okay. It went from a phone call to I know y'all looking what you're looking at. Okay. So we're gonna load these launchers up in front of you. But next time, the small head is just gonna be getting hit. Okay. Iran is very strategically, man, and you can tell the Lord got them in genius mode. It looks weak, it looks weak if you're looking on the surface, man. It looks like they ain't doing nothing. It looks like too much restraint, but it's very tedious and psychological what they doing, man. Okay, and America know, and that's why America ain't got offensive with Iran, man. They know. Okay.
The American reconnaissance could notify the Israelis, so that the Israelis could get their personnel in the bunkers and get their high value assets off the ground. I think we need to be careful about some of the reporting coming out about 20 F-35s destroyed, etc. Unless an F-35 was a hangar.
It's good on that one. Now I want to get another. I got a few more. Let's get us caught up. So let's get this one. Now we heard about the land invasion. All right, the ground invasion of Hezbollah. Well, they've invaded 2 days ago. Why ain't no reports came out about the progress? Okay, because they're getting their ass handed to them on the ground. You see, when you don't hear nothing, when they tell you that this is going on and you don't hear no news, no updates on it, that means they getting their ass handed to them, man. Over there with this, what they call the ground invasion. Okay, which the IDF ain't built for no ground invasion. They built for them weak ass airstrikes and them goddamn blowing up phones and I'm saying all this old Hollywood movie shit they be on, man. Okay, them folks ain't built for no ground invasion, man, and that's why you haven't heard no updates about it. Okay, but we gonna update you about it. All right, what's going on over there, man?
That a star was born over the last few years as Professor Syed Mohammed Marandi came more and more often on the so-called mainstream television. But people like us were the first to recognize his brilliance. But his performance on mainstream news has literally had people standing up in their living rooms and cheering him on. He's been very loyal to us. He never says, no, I can't come on the mother of all talk shows because I'm going on CNN. Oh, far from it. Please welcome back Professor Syed Mohammed Marandi to the mother of all talk shows. Professor, congratulations on your media round. They are beyond compare, as I always knew and predicted they would be. But what about the Iranian response to the multiple egregious criminal offenses that Israel has committed against your country? Just in recent times, never mind longer ago than that. I called it earlier performative. I'm guessing you won't like that, but by performative, I mean this, that a deliberate attempt was made, and it was successful, not to kill anybody. A deliberate attempt was made not to destroy any Israeli civilian infrastructure, that the targets were entirely state and military targets. In that sense, it was performative, but a very impressive performance. That's my analysis. What's yours?
I got so frustrated with ads on YouTube. I was watching more commercials than content. Privacy.
Well, first, and that's another thing. See, you understand, all right, what Iran did to strike in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Those are very densely populated areas. And for them to only hit military targets in those densely populated areas, they was threading the needle. You see, Iran was threading the needle. See, don't get caught up in just because it wasn't a lot of civilians. What you mean a lot of casualties, what you not going to, Small has never revealed the true damage that was done, the true casualty. You'll never get that number from them. Okay? But what we've seen, because you got to think, in order to hit targets in a densely populated area, you got to account for certain skyscrapers, okay, that's in the way of those targets. Like, that was extreme. Like he said, that was a hell of a performance Iran put on, man. Okay? If Iran could stop Israel from existing, it wouldn't be no structures in Israel if Iran went crazy over there, man. If they started today, Thursday, they can shoot missiles until Thanksgiving, man. Okay? And all that can be done is that you just hope that they will stop. Okay? And then Israel will be a parking lot. You see? But they're putting on a performance, man. For those missiles to hit those direct targets within those densely populated cities, okay? And these small heads know it. They ain't did nothing. You know, it's Thursday. Nigga ain't did nigga Iran hit you. What you doing striking bases and that was a gimmick. That doesn't affect the battlefield outcome. What they did today with this, little gimmick. Them niggas just doing something for clout, man. Okay? Just like niggas that just be shooting just to be shooting in the neighborhood, man. Okay?
I'd like to thank you for your very kind words, and you're the master, and I learned from you, and I continue to learn from you, and I hope to be of some use to the audience and to work alongside you and a growing number of people who are active against war and genocide. Thankfully, things have changed a lot since a year or two ago. I think that we have to look at it in the broader context. In April, when the Iranian embassy was struck and the Iranians wanted to carry out a response, I'm sure you recall that Iran used a large number of drones and a few missiles. Most of the drones were all very old, dirt cheap, as they say, and still digging people out from under the rubble in that particular attack.
Israeli invasion force. I say invasion force, but they're scarce.
So I want to fast forward to where he talks about the invasion, so-called ground invasion. Okay, and then we're gonna show you some footage. Okay, let's go again.
Over the border and are already sustaining very serious damage because, of course, for Israelis who don't want to be there, whose mind is half on the beach, these are not people who particularly keen to die for Benjamin Netanyahu. Many of them may even be political opponents of his. Their morale must have taken a hell of a beating today, on day one, in the first field, in the first forest. What do you say?
I agree completely. And I think it was both a combination of arrogance, but also the fact that many of these Israelis are not prepared to fight. They've, first of all, been fighting for almost a year now in Gaza. They're tired. They've had many casualties. The reservists, many of them are not performing well at all, according to the report. Some are not even reporting to duty. But also, you're absolutely correct. The Israelis have been pampered by the collective West. The West has been pampering this regime all the time. Otherwise, without the West, it would not last more than a few days on the battlefield. And so these men and women, their lives have been very easy over there. They were only used to, when they were wearing uniform, they were used to humiliating Palestinians in the West Bank or guarding the apartheid wall in Gaza or the West Bank and shooting at people who approached the apartheid wall and shooting them in the head or in the knee and having target practice. This was the very difficult work that they had back then. Or they'd go into the West Bank, they'd go into houses, beat people up, take over their houses, take photos of themselves humiliating Palestinians. That was the usual job that they had, not fighting a serious military force like Hezbollah, which is highly trained and which has prepared itself for this war for the last 18 years. They've been developing thousands of kilometers of tunnels throughout the south and central part of Lebanon and probably the north as well. And the Israelis, they thought that they scored decisive wins by assassinating a few people, but you know this better than I. Beirut has always been the weakest link. It is a center for espionage. This was the case during the PLO here. And Western embassies, Western journalists, Western NGOs, especially over the last couple of decades, this has become a thing. All of these are means to gather intelligence. All these impoverished refugees, but also people like the right-wing militias. You recall Jajja's Lebanese forces who were allied to the Israelis. And during the 1982 invasion of Lebanon, they, alongside the Israelis, went into the Sabra Shatila camp, which is not very far from where we are. And in less than 48 hours, they killed almost 4,000 people, Palestinians, ordinary Palestinians, and some Lebanese. So these massacres that we're seeing today, carried out by the Israeli regime and their allies, they're not new. And it doesn't have anything to do with Hezbollah. It goes back way before Hezbollah. But the point is that Lebanon is not Beirut. Beirut, the Israeli regime scored some successes, which I think in the long run are detrimental to Israeli interests, because Hezbollah has become more popular and Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah has become extremely popular outside of those beyond the people who used to, or who always loved him.
Yeah, so basically, all right, those on small heads, the IDF, they're used to fighting civilians, like he said, just pretty much terrorizing those Palestinian civilians. That's what the IDF military is used to. They've been pampered by the West, and the only reason that those small hats, can play these games is because they got America backing them. If you remove America out the equation, they will be done with the IDF by this weekend. Okay, those Islamic states will run through those small hats. Okay, before the weekend is up. Okay, the only reason that they able to do 99% of the shit that they do is because America backs them up. But if America was out the equation, the IDF, wouldn't exist. Okay, that's what you got to understand. Don't think they try to make it like the IDF just this tough standalone military trash. Okay, and day one, they only got 400 meters within Lebanon, and they started getting their ass repelled, man. 400 meters, man. That's a football field and some change. Okay, now let's go here because I want to show this. I want to let this guy, this former Ranger, let him talk a little bit about the IDF, and then I got some footage of what's happening on that border, man. Okay, so oh my God, man. So this guy, Greg Stoker, former U.S. Ranger. All right, so I'm gonna let him talk about the IDF.
Leavenworth, which is like one of the premier U.S. military war colleges. And it's the opinion of the U.S. military that Israel was strategically defeated, and the entire paper goes through why. And it just seems like, it doesn't seem like it's true that the Israeli military hasn't updated their tactics, techniques, and procedures since the 2006 Lebanon war, whereas Hezbollah has completely changed as an organization and military structure, and in terms of their armaments and arsenal. So what did Israel do back in 2006? Well, the same thing they're doing now. And bombing campaigns, intense information operations to portray a vision of victory for the IDF and a vision of ignominious defeat for Hezbollah, and mechanized maneuvers, which we're not seeing that now. A failure to achieve combined arms, where you have infantry working to protect tanks, which are the big heavy gun platforms with artillery in the back. They do the same thing now that they did in 2006, which is just stay buttoned up in their tanks because they're scared, because they're not actual professional soldiers. Most of them are like getting called back into service from working, cush jobs in Tel Aviv doing IT. And now they're part of a tank crew, and they don't want to get out because they don't want to get sniped. And so what's Hezbollah going to do? The same thing Hamas is going to do. They're going to pop out of a tunnel, hit it with an anti-tank round or an explosively formed penetrator slapped on the crew entrance, and they're going to get mixed up. And if they couldn't defeat Hamas, who has only dual-phased RPGs that really can't effectively cause engine kills or crew kills, but they're still disabling massive amounts of armored vehicles, what's going to happen when they go up against the Cadillac stuff? It's a stupid operation from the beginning. They don't have the capacity to do it. Like, if they dismantled Hamas.
Them boys ain't built. Okay? Them guys ain't built like that. The media gasses them up. Okay? Because they're doing airstrikes against militant groups that don't have an air force. Okay? And the casualties, they bomb this, they bomb that, but they're not really gaining any victories in the actual war and the actual conflict. Now, let me see. Where it go? I want to play this. That ain't it. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is a guy, Greg Stoker again. All right, but now we got some footage. Now let's see this, because they talk about all those tanks, you know, that they got on the border in Lebanon. So let's see what's happening to these Israeli tanks, okay, in Lebanon. All right, let's see how this is playing out. All right.
And a crew kill. Moving annihilated. This is also in southern Lebanon. We've been talking about how Hezbollah has actual anti-tank and tank-busting ordnance, unlike Hamas, who has dual-phase RPGs, but they're not going to be nearly as effective as modern weapon anti-tank weapon systems. And we had Travis on the podcast last time, and he said in our last episode, do you think the anti-tank games gotten less dangerous since 2006 or more dangerous? Well, this video will go to show that it's gotten way more dangerous. So,
hey, y'all watch this. Okay, y'all watch this. You know, like old dog. You know, when he was showing the tape. You know, he was showing the tape. Y'all watch this, man.
Here's both an engine and a crew kill. Moving along, and the entire tank is completely obliterated. And he said in our last episode, do you think the anti-tank games gotten less dangerous since 2006 or more dangerous? Well, this video will go to show that it's gotten way more dangerous. So here's both an engine and a crew kill. Moving along, and the entire tank is completely obliterated.
Light work. Okay? The IDF is light work. You see? What ground invasion? All right? And this happened as soon as they crossed the border. Nothing left. Okay? The tank, the crew, gone. And you're not going to, you see, we ain't going to talk about this. Everybody, they did these many airstrikes and and the IDF, and they just, you know, they dominating. What is Hezbollah gonna do? What is Iran gonna do? Well, goddamn, let's talk about the Iran and Hezbollah highlights too. We just gonna talk about the small hats doing the same, all right, airstrikes every day, killing civilians. Hezbollah and Iran is fighting a military war. IDF is killing civilians, man. Okay, and they kill, you know, soldiers too, but the bulk of their kills are civilians. Hezbollah taking out tanks. You niggas blowing up cell phones, man. Walkie-talkies and pagers and shit. Okay, we make Hezbollah making tanks disappear, man. Okay. All right. So let's forward. I got one more little piece. Then there it stopped on 414. You know, I call Halam Lai. How about Shemal Shah? It stopped on 414. Okay, but yeah, let's get this here.
Is it this video? Hang on, sorry guys. All right, it's loaded. Okay, so this shows the psychological impact of these rocket attacks. This is from a military base, an IDF military base, and just see the impact this rocket attack has on the soldiers. Just listen to them. These are soldiers with assault rifles running to a bomb shelter. Okay, just real quick, one more time for the record. Okay. So again, those are uniformed, weaponed soldiers on a military base making those kind of noises. I don't know about you, Matt, but I got rocket attacked plenty of times in Afghanistan. I don't remember ever sounding like that or even going to a shelter. I mainly just stayed in bed like, fuck it. If it happens, it happens.
I don't know, man. Yeah, same thing. And I can tell you now that the difference between the rocket attacks and IDF I experienced in Afghanistan, which was mostly like improvised 107s, is very, very different than the psychological impact of these bombs that are dropping here every day. So I'm sorry.
And this guy at the bottom, Matthew, okay, he's in Beirut. You know, he's in Beirut where they dropping goddamn bunker busters. Okay, he's not going to a shelter, but you got IDF military. Okay, you got women in there. You hear the women screaming. You hear the niggas with the, you hear the men with the terror in their voice. Man, they not built for this shit, man. They're extremely overrated. Okay, they're gonna do them. All they're gonna do is them whack ass airstrikes. Okay, that's all they're gonna do. That's all they do. And kill civilians. That's all they do. But it's just this major hype. Like they just these tough guys over there. Take your ass to Tehran. Fly your ass to Iran. You know what them folks said. It's a straight shot. Okay? Just like Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi. Uncle Bibi had his ass running. Okay, come around the corner. Like he was running 200 meter. All right? That's why scriptures say, as the king, so are the people. And his officers, man, brother can get that. Sirach 10 and 2. Okay? Sirach 10 and 2. And we'll end it with that, man. Okay? I'm going to let a little bit more of this play till a brother get that Sirach 10 and 2, man. All right? Them guys capping, man. It's gas. Okay? When them folk trick you like they some type of tough guys over there. Okay?
Sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm still sleeping here. So I don't have a shelter. So, yeah.
Well, I just want to say something about the psychological impact that this is going to have on Israeli society. They are not used to failures in the sense of having them penetrate, right? So while Palestinians and Lebanese are used to being attacked throughout the years, Israelis, like you said, have a false sense of confidence. They've had throughout the years, and Iron Dome has been successful. But what's interesting is what's going to happen with Israeli society as they see more penetrations. I saw a video of an Israeli settler lady who was crying and having this straight up mental panic attack and mental breakdown while a Palestinian was just laughing at her. And it just shows the stark contrast between how Palestinians handle these things psychologically and how Israelis can handle them. It doesn't, and if you think about this happening regularly, the more that Israel tries to provoke and penetrate into Lebanon or do whatever shenanigans it has left up its sleeve, it's only going to stoke on more attacks from Iran and Lebanon. And that's going to wear on Israeli society's psyche, even if the impacts are not that consequential. Like if they strike down just a few times and hit a few targets, it's enough to drive them in a frenzy. And we see Israeli society breaking down, like having straight up, mental cracks happening that cause them to turn on each other. We've seen that happen in Tel Aviv and within the IDF. So I don't know, just pointing that out. It's going to be two different ball games. How Lebanese are handling it, how the Palestinians are handling it, and how the Israelis are going to be handling it.
Yeah, they not built for it. Okay, like you say, they're extremely overhyped. Okay, on the media, but they not built like that. Okay, they're used to being comfortable. The state of Israel is nothing but a European colony in the Middle East. Okay, so they're used to the comforts that America has, and the Britons and France. See, they're used to their first world privilege. Okay, of Western nations. Okay, but now they gonna have they in the mix. Okay, Yahweh Shema Shah got their ass in the mix, man. Okay, and then it goes into also what's that, Baruch 4? Okay, miserable are the cities, which is mainly talking about America. Okay, but also these small hats, man. They finna be miserable too. They're pretending, okay, to be us. Nah, you finna get in the mix. See, the Most High finna make. All right, how about Shema Shah finna make these small hats get in the mix, man. All right, ain't none of that air striking and nah. Them folks finna come see you, man. Okay, and you wait till they start shooting them fighter jets down. Okay, you wait till they really cripple that one trick pony. Okay, you wait till they cripple that one trick pony, man. So we'll end on this, man. This the brother Anas Sirach 10 and 2 says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And Uncle BB a coward. All right, he has a coward military, man. Okay, and they try to put on this bravado. All right, like they just these tough guys over there in their region. Them guys ain't tough, man. Okay, nowhere. All right, the IDF ain't tough nowhere. Okay, they just got Western technology, okay, and Western, all right, backing, all right, but they're standing by themselves, weak as pond water, okay, and it's gonna be exposed, man. You see, so that's the point. Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edify once again. Give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful Shalom.